Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Dungeons. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a fantastic day. We are picking up exactly where we left off. We're in the camp, and we're about to head off on our next mission. So, a short recap. We did the tutorial mission last time. This is going to be a much longer episode because the tutorial mission is much shorter. I'd say it's half to maybe a third of the length of the other missions. So let's go ahead and just dive in, get started, and I can kind of explain some things as we go. Now, when you're here, you have the option to choose difficulties. So right now, we are only power level 1. Power level 2, things get a lot harder. Power level 3, and so on and so forth. This is essentially your difficulty option and your recommended power. Power is basically your level. So right now, we're a little far behind. So we'll just stick with default 1 for now. And then let's go ahead and start up the mission. And I believe every mission has its own little cutscene, which is pretty cool. I like the little loading texture. That's kind of cool.
By the Arch-Illager's decree, all free folk are now enemies of the Illager Empire. Somewhere in these woods, a caravan is transporting villager prisoners to labor in far-off lands. Find the caravan and stop the Illagers, or there's no telling what dreadful doom will befall our villager friends.
All right, there we go. So we are about to make our way through the Creeper Woods. So let's check the map first of all. You can see nothing here really to explore. There's just this area up here. There's nothing really over here. Let's just dive into it. Now, last episode, we got a couple of artifacts. We got a pretty fancy little firework arrow that we can use infinitely without actually using one of our arrows. So that's fairly useful. I've heard a lot of people, let's be honest. Most of the hermits right now, we're all playing this, okay? And we've been talking about it, and most of us have been greatly enjoying it. But one thing that a couple of them have said is that arrows are way too scarce. And that really hasn't been my experience at all. I've kind of had the opposite experience where I've had almost too many arrows. But maybe that's because I've been going crazy with melee combat, and some of them have not. I don't know. I haven't really been able to catch like any of their streams or anything like that. So we'll see. But either way, I've been going for the melee route for the most part and only using arrows on specific enemies. And when I played this on stream, I was finishing each level with like hundreds or sometimes even like 1,000 extra arrows. So maybe it's just a play style thing, or maybe my experience has been very different because maybe some of the loot is random and I've gotten luckier or what, but I haven't really had an issue with arrows. I do use them occasionally. You'll see me use them more as we get to harder enemies. There are some enemies that are actually quite annoying to take out with melee weapons, especially when you get swarmed and you end up taking a lot of damage. But, I'm not super worried about it. I think we'll be just fine. So let's do a little bit of peeking around. This deep water, you can actually totally swim in this. You can wander around in this no problem. It's only if you fall off the map that you actually have to start worrying. Now, see, this is a situation where there's a lot of enemies. So guess what? This is a perfect time to equip one of those and just take a bunch of them out at once. There we go. Freed a villager. Check our map. Looks like we're good as far as exploration goes. And we can just kind of keep working our way forward. We got these skeletons here. We don't have to take them out at range. It's very possible to take them out otherwise, but picking that up. I just got 50 arrows. Or, was that 50? 60 arrows. We got 60 arrows just for picking that up. So, that's a lot of arrows. I mean, how many have we used so far? Not 60. That's for sure. The way that I always look at stuff like that is that, like, your health is a resource, just like any other resource. Just like coins, health is a resource. It's okay to lose a little bit. As long as you don't die, you're good. All right, there we go. So looking at the map again, we got some stuff over here to explore a little bit. There's a secret right here, which we will take advantage of momentarily. Also, you can dodge roll, and I haven't really been able to confirm it, but I think you get iframes during the dodge roll. Invincibility frames, for anyone who's unfamiliar with that term somehow. Anyway, so let's press the switch, and we'll see what we get in here. Looks like there's a little secret-y bit. A new location. We've now unlocked the Creepy Crypt, which I believe is the 3rd level. There we go. And we get a chest for our trouble with some hunter's armor. So we will equip that right away. Let's also take a peek at this sword. What does this have? It has Echo Rampaging Leeching. And it's not... Well, actually, it's a teeny bit better than our current sword. So what we can do, when you salvage a weapon, you actually get your enchantment point back. So let's do that. That gives us our enchantment point back. We can equip this sword because it did have slightly higher base damage. And then let's give it leeching. Why not? Don't know if that's actually any good or not. The meta has not yet been established as to like what the good skills are. Here we got some TNT. This is essentially a one-time use projectile. We can toss it down there, and it will kill anything that gets caught in the explosion radius, including yourself or any allies that you have. So it can be actually very dangerous. Doesn't look like there's anything over here. Let's see, map-wise. Let's take a peek up here. Some chests won't actually appear until you get close to them, which is why I'm still going to these areas, even though I don't actually see anything there. Let's work our way around. Peek over here first. Not really seeing anything. All right. Oh, there's a frame skip. Is the game frozen? It's not... okay, so it appears that you... Hopefully you don't take damage during that. But that's a rough little... That little skip right there, that little freeze that it does. I really hope they patch that before full release. Whatever's causing it. Because that's definitely a concern. And as I said in episode 1 when we encountered it, it's really my only real complaint with the game. Everything else that I have is really kind of nitpicky or more, well, I made it done this way, or I wish that they would add this, or, stuff like that. But that's really the only thing that I have from playing this game where I'm like, this is a problem. So that's a good thing. Overall, when you're talking about a game that isn't even out yet, that's pretty good. That means the game is fairly polished. Okay. Let's take a bit over here. There we go. We'll get our loots. And let's peek at that bow. This is a very good bow. 15 to 37 range damage compared to 10 to 25. So this is a significantly better bow than what we have. That means we can salvage that boy. And then it's got a couple options. We got rapid fire, which increases the attack speed of the bow, which is eh. And then we got poison cloud. Because the thing is, I don't really use the bow that much. I use it a little, but I don't use it that much. I use it more for specific precision shots. Like if I have a specific enemy that needs to die, I'll use it for that. But that's about it. Okay. So let's peek over here real quick. Goodbye, skeleton. I heard a noise. I don't know what the noise is, though. Oh, hi. There we go. Take out the skeletons. We'll use some of the arrows. It's okay. And some of these effects, like shadow form, I don't actually know what shadow form does. And I don't know if I can find out anywhere. Unless we can get it like in like enchantment form or something like that. There we go. So, quest marker here says we're supposed to go over this way, which means obviously we're going this way. It's how you play these games, as everyone knows. You always go you given a fork path, game tells you to go one way, you obviously go the other. There we go. Bunch of enemies defeated, and we can very easily heal back up. Maybe I should have played on a higher difficulty, even though my level's a little bit lower. I don't know. Actually, we have an extra enchantment point to spend, I just realized. So let's see here. What do we got? We got Speed Synergy. When activating any artifact, you gain a movement speed bonus. Rolling zaps nearby enemies. And Potion Barrier. Whenever you use a healing potion, you take less damage. None of these seem particularly good. Let's maybe go with the Poison Cloud here on the bow. Maybe do one of those. Maybe that's the way to go. And I'm not seeing any sort of like chest or anything like that over here. And that kind of is a little disappointing. We'll look at the rest of this. But we haven't really come across any chests over on this section of the map. Yeah, looks like there's nothing here. Just it was just enemies. And that's kind of my other like semi-major, not really major. It's really a nitpick, but it's also a criticism that I have. In games like this, I feel like they should always reward the player for exploring. So coming all the way over here and doing, killing all these mobs and exploring this whole little chunk of the map and not getting anything for it at all is kind of actively disincentivizing exploration. Like, what was the point? Experience, I guess? We got experience from killing the monsters? That's about it. No loot. And that kind of is directly in contrast to what most games like this sort of tend to do. So, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there should be loot pretty much everywhere you go. If you go explore every nook of the cranny, every nook and cranny of the map, you should pretty much always find something for your trouble. Now, I'm not saying it has to be something good. I'm not saying that they should be rewarding me with, epic, legendary level loot for every little bit. But it should be at least something, even if it's just like, I don't know, a pot you can smash with some emeralds in it or something. Like, even if it's just, fairly bad loot, there should still be something over there so that I don't feel like I've been over there and I just wasted my time. Oh, that's a creeper. Okay, there we go. Is dead. That's one enemy that the arrows are well worth using on, I gotta say. All right, moving forwards. That poison cloud's doing some work, I gotta say. Here's a new enemy. These are spiders. They launch webs. You can also kill the cows, and sometimes they'll drop meat, which you can heal with. So let's see. We're supposed to go that way. So obviously we're going this way first. There we go. And I don't know if the passive mobs count as enemies or not, but I think they do. For the purposes of like the end of mission screen where it's like you killed 50% of enemies or 100% of enemies or whatever. I feel like the passive mobs actually do count towards that. I think they do want you to kill the passive mobs. The sheep and the cows and all that kind of stuff. There we go. So we're exploring over here. Still nothing. Tell me we did not just explore all the way over here so we would go yet again without finding a single actually useful thing. We did. This whole little This whole little area right over here, there's nothing there. Let's go deeper. We'll keep looking. We'll hope that we end up being rewarded. With something legitimately useful. But it's not looking good. And then there's a hole here. I don't know if I can actually fall down there or not. I would imagine I can't. I mean, I suppose we could try it. There's light coming out of the hole. Maybe it's a secret area? Real easy way to find out. Nope. Nope. Wasn't a good idea to toss myself into the hole. That's all right. We can easily heal. So there we go. And did we get any loot for all of our trouble over here? No, nothing. We got some enemies, and the enemies did give us experience, and the enemies did drop some emeralds. So it wasn't completely a waste of time. Plus, we uncovered the map, which, you know, is, as I said, that's just something that I feel obligated to do when I play games like this. But I feel like there should have been something over there to reward the player for making this very large detour. I mean, this area is almost the entire size of, like, the whole, like, first tutorial level. It's a pretty big area. So now we got to backtrack. And that's fine. Let's see. Also, I got to say, the music in this game, pretty spot on. It's pretty good. I think it fits the theme. I think it fits the game pretty well. And I think this game has a nice mix. It's kind of a lighthearted... It's almost like a lighthearted Diablo. Which is nice. Alright, there's the end of that guy. There we go. Let's heal up a little. Let's see. So this appears to go... Yeah, this is actually our way forward, I think. And I can't tell. I don't remember this exactly. I'll have to play it a lot more to see if the levels are... Ow. We got creepered. I'll have to play it a lot more to see if the levels are actually, like, randomly generated or not. Let's heal up. If there's some level of randomness to them. Which would explain why, like, some areas don't have, you know, loot. But, I don't remember this from my first playthrough. This little bridge area. I mean, obviously the aesthetic of the Creeper Woods is the same. And it has been a few hours now since I initially went through this. So I guess we'll just have to find out. Maybe we'll do a couple of extra episodes in which we return to this area and find out for sure. Oh, there's a sneaky chest. A very sneaky chest. Okay, hiding behind a tree. I approve of that. So what do we got here? We got a better sword with weakening and committed. Committed deals increased damage against enemies that are already wounded, and this weakens nearby enemies. The sword also does do more damage than our current sword. Also, this is pretty much the same, except this one has better skills, I think. Whenever you take damage, you deal damage back. Whenever you use a healing potion, you also create random food items. Okay, that seems really good. And then increased range and melee damage when you are at full HP. It's okay. I think for now we'll stick with our basic sword and the lifesteal on it. That seems a little bit better. I know it's not actually called lifesteal, but it's lifesteal. All right, what do we got here? Arrows, bread. Can smash the pots, a la Zelda style. You can't smash anything else though, and you can't do anything with these books here. So away we go. Let's try peeking over here, see if there's anything. Nope, nothing over there. So it looks like the only way to go really is forward towards all the spiders. So we'll just take these dudes out. I mean, look at this. I got 622 arrows. I'm just destroying these guys. Maybe I've got the difficulty set too low. I think we'll probably bump the difficulty up a bit for future missions. Because this seems like we're kind of just steamrolling everything. Now, when you do get hit with the spiders, you get webbed for a brief moment. Which is obviously less than ideal. But they're fairly easy to avoid. Alright, that's about it. Keep going. More arrows. We got some emeralds to spend on things. So this is a treasure pig. It tries to run away from you, and if it gets away, you miss out on the loot. But if you kill it, you properly get the loot from the treasure pig. I don't know if that's what they're actually going to be called. I don't know if they're, but I'm deeming them treasure pigs. It's official now. It's the most sensible name, if you ask me. All right, so this is the village. We got to rescue everybody here. I'm going to kill most of the dudes first, I think. Actually, no, we'll rescue the villagers along the way. That'll be fine. And then they'll be very grateful. These guys got to go. Enchanters are bad. Everyone knows it. If they can cast spells, they're extra dangerous. That's like video games 101. Also, I don't want to be standing in the middle of all those guys. That's also a terrible idea. There we go. Take a peek over here. We got a cow who was nice enough to drop some arrows for us. Oh, hello. What did that do? I stepped on a thing and it did a thing. But I don't know what the thing was. What thing did that do? Was there another one? Are there maybe two of them that we have to step on like that and then it does a thing? Is that perhaps the case? I don't see another one. I'm not seeing another one. I'm seeing more villagers and stuff to rescue. That's easy enough. Kill the sheep. You can't kill the villager. The villager disappears afterwards. Is there another secret switch over here somewhere? No, doesn't look like it. And this feels exactly like it did the first time I played. So I'm leaning towards the maps not being randomly generated. Unless it's some kind of a mix, because I do remember this part. Unless it's like some sort of a mix between random and non-random generation and level design. And I suppose it wouldn't be randomly generated. It'd be like procedurally generated. But I don't know. I think that was everything. I'm not seeing anything else. We got our exit up here. A couple of zombies, no big deal. Take these guys out. Piece of cake. Take those dudes out. There we go. Very nice. Let's do a little peek over here. Nothing. Keep going, I guess. Spiders. All right, here we go. So far, so good. We in like a spooky cemetery thing. I'm not seeing anything so far that I'm particularly worried about. There we go. Yeah, 875 arrows. We're up to. It may also, you know, it may also be a difficulty thing. Maybe higher difficulties give you like a significantly lower amount. We'll have to put it into test. We'll have to test it. We'll have to science it, my friends. I think that's important. You know, in the name of science. Okay, we got some stuff over here yet to explore. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's do a little peek over here. I can hear more spiders. There's one. Hiding behind a tree where I can't get to him. Like the coward that he is. There we go. Like a little lumber camp looking dealio up here with no treasure. It's also possible that there will be more secrets and unlockables to find in the full game, where like there's like secrets that aren't being revealed yet that will add significant like I hear like dead stuff groaning, or undead stuff, I guess. And I can't tell if it's just ambient noise or if there's another enemy. Or several. I think it's just ambient noise. But it's real spooky. Yeah, it's definitely a spooky sound. I can't do anything with any of this. There may be a secret here that I'm missing. But nothing is jumping out at me. So I think we're just going to continue onwards. Then we got a little bridge to cross. And summoned enemies. There we go. Kill the creeper. That poison cloud is doing some good work for us. Alright, so we killed all the enemies. I don't think there's anything else here. Anything over here? Nope. And I think this is the end of the level.
These villages are free from the clasp of the Illagers. All thanks to you.
There we go. We have completed it. And we got 98% of mobs defeated, 376 damage taken, never died, dealt a ton of damage. Our treasure item for beating the level is a Deathcap Mushroom. Eaten by daring warriors before battle, the Deathcap Mushroom drives fighters into a frenzy. That seems like relatively okay. So we got some stuff to salvage. We got some decisions to make. So I think we want to keep this sword over this one. Leeching is like okay, but it's not incredible. So let's salvage this. If you accidentally salvage something, there is an undo button, which is nice. Speaking as someone who accidentally salvaged a thing on stream and then didn't notice that the undo button was there and lost my chance to undo it and then got yelled at by chat. And hashtag professional gamer. Anyway, so now that we've done this, we've unlocked the blacksmith. There's also this lobby chest here. I don't know what the triggers are to make this appear, but 3 emeralds, I'll take it. So the blacksmith gives you a random piece of gear for 80 emeralds. And I don't know if this price changes, fluctuates, goes up, goes down, whatever. But random piece of gear. It could be good, it could be garbage, but we might as well make use of it. Maybe we can get something useful. So we got an axe. We'll do 1 more. And then we got a level 3 sword. Let's take a peek at these 2. So here we got committed, we got chains, and we got stunning. This does a spin attack move. Has freezing, which slows mobs who get hit. Chains is an interesting one. Has a 30% chance to chain a cluster of mobs together and keep them bound. That's pretty... It's kind of an interesting one. I prefer, though, to just have, like, raw damage. So let's get one more weapon. Or one more something. Hunter's armor. It's not great. So, this does more damage but has slower attack speed. Let's just, oh, I don't have a way to actually test it. So I'm thinking between these, I'm liking chains, I think. Yeah, I think we're gonna go here. We'll upgrade that, put that over here. We're gonna salvage the rest of this stuff. Don't worry, loot is plentiful in this game. We're not gonna run out. And then we have one more skill point left. So let's go electrified here. Maybe that will incentivize us to actually remember that we have a dodge roll. And then that's basically all we do. Then we can go to the next mission. So I think that's going to do it for today's episode. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Make sure you check me out on Twitch, where I do live stream pretty much every day. But other than that, thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.